So there's an ice storm that came through a week ago, and the Doing the Most house still has no power. But David does.
Only recently. We didn't have power for 3 or 4 nights.
Yeah.
Which actually, if you're on the Discord, you probably saw some of my...
You experienced the antics. And on this episode of Doing the Most, we're going to unbox Homebrew Ohio's beginner mead making kit and talk about what you're going to do with it.
Okay.
Homemade brews and various how-tos, everything from mead to roast, bake creation, fermentation, inebriation, doing the most.
So this kit, I want to preface, this is not in any way a paid endorsement because you bought this with your own money.
Correct.
So David's been saying he wants to get into making mead, and so Homebrew Ohio has a beginner mead making kit, and they were out of stock for a while, I guess, due to the yeast that they include not being available from their distributor. But it's back now, and I needed to order bottles, so we lumped yours in with our order. This thing was $36.
Yeah, which, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, for $36, if I could make anything, it seems worth it.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things in here.
There are. I'm just going to pour everything out so this box can go.
We'll have to rapid fire go through all this stuff. As you know, I'm not a fan of making 1-gallon batches. I like to go all the way and do 5-gallon batches.
Right.
But I think for someone just learning the basics, this is a perfectly acceptable way of getting into it.
Which, to clarify, we have made mini meads together. I have never tackled one with like no help, no input, no anything.
Yeah.
So that's why this is going to be a fun little
It's
experiment.
going to be an adventure.
That could be ruined
So,
easily.
starting out, they've included a 2-gallon bucket and a 1-gallon demijohn. So you've got a primary fermentation vessel and a secondary fermentation vessel. So that's solid. A little bit of racking tubing here. And an auto siphon, my favorite. You'll probably be a fan of this, though.
If it works.
And I remember Googling over and over and over again how to do a siphon, how to start a siphon, how to mouth suction a siphon. And then the first time I did it, was like, oh, that's really easy. It just uses gravity. There's also a hydrometer in here. Ooh, it's fancy. Look at this little nubbin it's got at the bottom. Look at that.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
One thing to note is there's a cap at the bottom of this. Some people don't realize that is to keep stuff from getting sucked up in there. I have seen on other YouTube channels and on Reddit people who didn't know what this was for and thought it was just to be thrown away.
Oh.
This is important. This needs to stay here. A thermometer.
Probably not going to stick that on there, but we'll see. We have some wine tannin.
You know what wine tannin is. Because we did. It'll be right up here in a card. We did a tannin taste test.
Active dry yeast. We have some Easy Clean.
What in the heck is that?
Yeast Energizer.
Oh boy.
How do you feel about that?
It is diammonium phosphate, which is just an inorganic nitrogen source. Phosphate, spring cell, magnesium sulfate. So this is basically like candy and vitamins for your yeast.
Okay,
That's great.
Fair enough.
That's worthwhile.
We have some malic acid.
Malic acid.
Campden tablets.
Campden tablets and
Tartaric acid.
tartaric acid.
There we go.
So this is really cool. I had no idea that these were in this kit. They include three really important elements for helping balance your mead. I think that's super cool. Like, I'm actually impressed by this.
I mean,
I thought it was going to be more of like a beginner kit, but
Sure.
like this is next level stuff right here. This is cool. Props to
gonna
them.
get me into the weeds even deeper.
3-piece bubbler that appears to be shrink wrapped inside there, and a number 6 bung. Cool. But yeah, you've got a lot of the basic stuff you need. I see that it doesn't include potassium sorbate, which would be the second stabilizing chemical that you could use. Okay, so what are your ideas? Because you had suggested that you wanted to start making mead, but you said earlier maybe a wine or a beer too.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to kind of leave it up to the community a little bit. I do have some requirements. I want to probably incorporate some of these super hots.
Yeah. Shout out to CJ.
Indeed, thank you. I don't want it to be overpowering, but I would like to incorporate some pepper, and I want to be able to drink it in late December.
In late December. So it is November 3rd.
Correct.
As of the recording date here. So you have 2 months. Do you want it to be sparkling?
I would prefer that, but I realize that that is probably not going to happen.
It could cut into your production time.
Right.
But you had also mentioned wanting to try a soda stream.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I've seen people soda stream whiskey.
That's
and
a thing.
They actually, I mean, it looked good.
We can throw that in a card.
Yeah.
I've seen that video too.
It's pretty cool. So I'm not gonna do like all of it with SodaStream, but maybe we could try to use a SodaStream with some of it and just see what happens.
So you want to use super hots. Do you care about whether it's a honey base, a fruit juice base, both?
I don't really care. I just don't want it to be like a train wreck.
So we need to get this started within the next week, or I should say you need to get this started within the next week.
Indeed.
So I think what we should do, on our Discord server, we will put up a channel called David's First Brew. And he is at Darko in there.
Yep.
And why don't y'all discuss what you think you should brew, and maybe we can get you started within the next week or so. Yeah.
I will say I like the fact that this is glass. That's nice. I didn't expect to get a nice glass piece.
Honestly, when
this.
you look at the stuff that they provided in this, again, this is not a paid endorsement, but these pieces right here could easily make up that $36 on some stores. The fact that they include balancing acids, wine tannin, yeast energizer, actual packet of yeast, and sanitizer and all this, like, it's $36 is kind of a no-brainer for this.
Yeah, it appears to be a pretty good deal.
And so I talked to Courtney over at Homebrew Ohio before we shot this, and she said she would be happy to give y'all a discount code if you are looking to get somebody into mead making, or if you're looking into getting into mead making yourself. Code the most will get you 10% off of this kit, which I think is cool. So that's like $3.60 off. It's exactly $3.60 off.
Well, it can help absorb some shipping.
Yeah, pre-tax. But I think that's pretty cool of them. And I'm curious to see how it goes. I don't want to give like an initial 2 thumbs up to this, but as far as value, I think this is phenomenal.
I would be happy receiving this as a gift. Well, I'm happy.
It's a cool kit.
Happy, excited. Let's talk on Discord. Help me figure out what I'm going to make.
Head over to discord.doingthemost.org. That is our Discord server, and you will be able to find the David's First Brew channel and help him figure out what he's going to get started here in the next week. And hopefully, you still have power by the time this happens. I hear that some people are going in and out throughout this week.
Perfect.
All right, thank you all for watching. Until next time, happy brewing, stay safe, and stay warm.